Um, I was born in Rajkot in Gujarat and I have done my education in Mumbai. I finished my engineering in Mumbai and I started working in a software company. Since childhood I've been playing sport. It was a part of my parents were very keen that their children should have overall personality and they should be involved in multiple activities, right, from sports to music to cultural and in almost everything. Sport was something which I really chose to be a part of my identity. I used to go for its coaching, but badminton and football, these were the two sports I was associated. Badminton was something which I fell in love with right since I was 6 maybe, and I've been training in that sport since childhood with a coach. And I identify myself as a badminton player, an amateur hobby. It's a hobby that I pursued till my engineering, till I was working in my office. It was just a part of my life.
To challenge yourself to overcome such a disability and really achieve what you have done?
So as I said, I've been playing this sport since childhood. One day on my way to work, I met with a road accident. That the signals were not working. This is Mumbai, 2011 I'm talking about. A busy Friday morning. Signals are not functioning and it was a crazy day and it turns into a nightmare for me. I was taken from the accident spot to hospital, and by the time I received the timely treatment, it took me, like I met with an accident at around say 8:30 in the morning. By the time I went from one hospital to the other to get the best of care, it was already 5:30 that they started my operation. So I wasted a lot of time. It was a major injury, definitely. I spent 45 days in hospital. I underwent total of 6 surgeries. Every week, once my body would recover, I used to go for another surgery. So it was crazy initially. And I underwent 2 amputation surgeries. But once I came back home, I regained my lost strength because of the long hospital stay. I regained my ability to stand up again and I learned how to do all the activities again. It's a story of each and every amputee. We all have to relearn how to walk, how to use crutches, how to use all the basic, like you have to relearn everything. I started doing that. Sport was a huge part. Even when my operations were going on, I would tell my doctor, the doctor, I used to be a badminton player. Will I be able to play the sport again? And my doctors would say, आप चाहे तो आप माउंट एवरेस्ट भी चढ़ सकते हैं. So I was like, wow.
Very happy to hear our doctors being encouraging one.
Yeah, but once I came back home, I realized नहीं, ऐसा सच नहीं है. मुझे तो वापस खड़े होना सीखना पड़ रहा माउंट एवरेस्ट क्या चीज़ है. I never had a dream of climbing a Mount Everest. But now it's been almost 12 years, and I feel literally I could have climbed Everest if I would have thought about it. I started playing badminton for my rehabilitation, for quickening my rehabilitation process. I used to go for just doing standing strokes. Once I was doing standing strokes, I was able to leave a stick that I was using for balance because I was able to see in front. I was seeing that actually helped me to regain balance. I know it's a very small thing, but for me at that time, even those things were difficult. So from that to becoming a world champion is a journey. I love playing badminton. I've been playing this badminton since I learned how to stand up again. And that sport has taken me to multiple places. I started playing corporate level tournaments. From corporate level tournaments, I came to know about para sports. I used to play with able-bodied people. Even after my disability, I had won multiple tournaments and games in Mumbai and corporate circuit. Through social media, I came to know about para badminton, and in 2014, so it's almost 10 years, I started playing at national level, then international, and since 2015, 2016. So this is like 2.5 years post my learning to walk again, and still I've become an international player. So for me, that was like a great achievement at that time. Now I'm pursuing a career in sports. I I enjoy playing badminton. The sport has taken me places. It has given me opportunity to speak up about myself, get an opportunity to talk about issues related to disabilities in India and abroad. And I love doing this. I love doing this.
You have been ranked number one in para badminton. You were also the first Indian athlete on Time Magazine Asia Cup. So these are truly very impressive achievements. What felt bigger, or what has made you feel that I have done it or I have made it?
When I played my first international tournament, I felt as if I've done something for myself. I represented myself for the first time when I had the Indian flag on my chest. I felt I'm representing my country in another country. I used to carry one Indian flag with me, and with a lot of pride, we used to travel for tournaments. Just 3 years before, I was still recovering from an accident and in a hospital bed. I mean, I felt I'm out there. I can do anything. I started dreaming bigger. I never thought I could be a world champion, but I decided that I want to be trained by the best of coaches. I want to be trained by the best of people. So I started looking out for that. In 2017 and in 2018, I got an opportunity to meet Gopi sir, and by then I had achieved a few titles on my name. I requested the Indian national coach Gopi sir to train me, and he's like, Mansi, I've not trained para athletes. I don't even know how to train para athletes, but I assure you that I can provide you best of facilities and coaches. If you can tell us how to train you, then we will be training you. I said, yes, I know how to train myself. I just don't have the skills. You have the skills. I know what is my limits and how much I can push it. And trust me, the limit that I had on day one, I mean, right now it's like a stepping stone. It was just nothing. I used to feel that was a limit I can't cross, but everyday effort, 7 to 8 hours of training, multiple sessions in a day, I think that gave me an opportunity to rise up ranks, develop skills in sports. So it's not just disability, it's developing skills also, developing your movements also. So it's a mix of so many things. And you also should know what are your limits. Because there's very less study done in the field of para sports, amputation. Prosthetics that we are using currently are only made to go forward, like they're made for walking and running. But the sport that I play, you have to move sideways, you have to move backwards.
Very quickly.
Yeah, and that too in the split of seconds. So I don't use a knee because knees are still not advanced, or innovation in the field of knees are still not done to move backwards. So I use a prosthetic for walking, I use another prosthetic for playing badminton, I have another prosthetic for running. So I carry 3 different set of legs when I want to play the sport. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of intricacies, a lot of innovation that are required in the field, and once we have that, I think it's like going to the moon. Or from going from moon to going to Mars. It's like that. It's just the same.
How do we make improvements in that?
So I love how media talks about sports, and we always have this sports column. And while growing up, I used to always open the sports column first and see, hey, India ने क्या perform किया, athletes ने क्या perform किया. I've been following sports news throughout. And once I became a sports person, I always wanted that I also get a chance to feature on the same sports page. Fortunately, I definitely got a chance. But what happens is the coverage that happens around people with disabilities. I still know, I remember in my 2019 World Championship Board, the media people would be always telling me, आप आपका full picture दीजिए, full length picture दीजिए. And that is to showcase my disability. And I used to give headshot or medal pictures, and I said, आप ये pictures भी put कीजिए, because I want to change perception around how people view disabilities. It's not, I don't want people to remember me by my disability. I want people to remember me by my face. And it's a very small kind of revolution that I I want media to do, because we get this Sunday columns, or we get this middle page where people do talk about like our journey from front to end, and we really, like, every athlete wants people to know their journey, which gives a very good fan base also. But usually we end up only on those inspirational columns. But I don't want to be called inspirational because I just happen to have a disability. I want to be called inspirational because I achieved something in the field of sports. I became a world number one. I became a world champion. So I want people to talk about my sports journey also. People talking about my skills, how beautiful my smashes are, or how intricate my drops are, or how difficult the movement I am doing. But I want people to talk about that. I think social media is one of the biggest boosts. I mean, media is doing their own job, and they are definitely now have put us in sports coverage. You see the recent Paralympics. All the gold medalists were not in the sports column. They were in the headlines. They were on the first page. So this is the change we are seeing, and in future this is only going to go to the next level. But social media, I feel, is in our hand. How we perceive ourselves, how we change, how things. I mean, I love using Twitter and Instagram, or all other LinkedIn per se, to talk about my journey and build my own narrative in the way I want people to talk about me instead of how they perceive me. Because आप मेरे headlines देखेंगे ना, especially कोई भी जगह पर रहेगा a girl on single leg defeating, और अपनी destinies, मतलब talking about disability and achieve.
Trying to highlight that more than actually your.
I was. So with time, I definitely see a change. We see now Sumit Ankel ne world record break. Now we see these news, and we need that kind of news. And how do you create new fan base? You create new fans for the sport when you give data, when you give more information, and when you talk about their success in the columns that they deserve to be. And that is what I want from media, and actually media is doing that.
I would really request, you saw other para athletes performing so well at the Olympic Games.
I'm very happy for my colleagues who have been doing amazing at Paralympics. India won 29 medals. 5 came from badminton, so I'm very happy for my badminton players for awesome performance. So for me it was very difficult. I lost in group round. Before this tournament I had never ever come home without a medal. So for me it was a huge loss. It's been less than a month since we have come back, and I'm still trying to process the loss. I'm understanding like what next, what are my plans, and because now we have, till in the last 10 years, I have followed a structure, especially last 4 years before the games. We were following a complete structure. We had a proper plan, a day. I last year I played around 13 tournaments for qualification for Paralympics. It's like every month I was traveling for a tournament. I was not able to give time to any of the activity. All I was doing was getting up, go for training, come back home, have lunch, sleep for 2 hours, again go back for training, come back home, have dinner, and sleep. That was my daily routine in last 4.5, 5 years. And now that I don't have a structure, I still feel, ab kya karna hai? So now when Amay said, "Aap aayenge yahan par," I said, "Okay, I'm free." So yeah, I mean, it is heartbreaking, but then this is how sports is. I have been through so many heartbreaks that losing a match definitely is. If there is a level, then I'll put it into a low level. I really wanted to win a medal. My body was ready, my mind was ready. I was completely in for getting a medal. But then sports is also about accepting a loss and coming back stronger, and that is what has taught me to do great in life, and I hope this will be a stepping stone again to do something better in the future.
So you have proven that time and again, and I'm sure at the next tournament we'll see you with another medal.
There's so much that can be done. The first step that any organization, be it school, college, or corporate, definitely, the first step is be an ally for everyone. Now, in India we do have reservations, which is caste-based, and And of course, we have reservations for people with disabilities. But the amount of reservations that we have right now is just 4%. Now, as per We the 15 movement, the amount of people who are living with disabilities, it is around 10 to 15% of a country's population, which is a very big number. In India, we have a 4% reservation because the past Rights for People with Disability Act were recognizing only 4 to 5 type of disabilities. But since RPWD 2016, total of 22 new disabilities have been recognized. Now, including thalassemia, acid attack victims, etc. What we want is organizations understand that inclusion is the need of the hour. It is not कि हम अलग हैं. People think कि जिनको disability होता है उसके बाद उनमें कुछ special power आ जाता है. And that is a very general belief in our country कि इनकी आँखें नहीं ये देख नहीं सकते हैं तो इनका touch का perception बढ़ जाता है. That's not true. My friends with blindness, they say कि they feel excluded. When we have to give OTP for our card, previously we used to put in numbers, but now all numbers are jumbled up on a screen. Now technology advance हो रहा है, but are we considering all the people? तो अगर हम inclusive नहीं हैं, हम हर section of society को consider नहीं कर रहे हैं आगे बढ़ने के लिए, then we are missing out on so many things. Here we have Saket, who is a social entrepreneur and who is doing some amazing work in the field of startups. And we need more and more people like him to be pushed ahead and grow their businesses, grow their ideas, be an ally. First thing I'll tell an organization, don't other us thinking कि हमारे पास कोई special power है क्योंकि हमारे पास कोई special power नहीं है. I became a person with disability because of system issues. I wish I didn't have to go through an accident. I didn't have to, I don't like sitting on the stage and talk about कि हमें equity चाहिए. I don't want to do that. I want to lead in a very normal life like all of you. But then, if we don't do it, then who? And I would request organizations to hire more people with disabilities and not because we happen to have disabilities, but because of our merit. Do small, whatever reasonable accommodation that needs to be done. If a ramp needs to be built in your organization, be proactive in your company कि हमारे entrance पे ramp होना चाहिए. Make sure you have lifts in your organization. Now, when you give these facilities, it's not facilities actually. These are just basic requirements. But because our infrastructure was developed very like in last generations, we still think that these are facilities. But these are stepping stones. When you give me access, you give me an opportunity to express my views. I bring in a lot to the table. And we all people with disabilities. Now I am a software engineer by profession. I don't require me to move around. Of course, I'm one of the best in sports. And I have proved time and again that I can do much better than many people. But still, my job that was a software job. It didn't require me to do movements or anything. So I wish we do not consider disability as an identity. It is a part of my identity, but not my complete identity. I am more than that. I'm a fit individual. I am socially active. I love to explore new opportunities. I love to do gardening. I do embroidery in my free time. So consider me as a full, as a complete individual and not just इनको ऐसा कीजिए, इनको don't other me. So there are a lot of things we need to do. First is change perception and how we perceive people with disabilities.